What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am back here to review season 1, episode 3 of SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B, and I'm enjoying this show because I'm a fan of both groups. Both groups make wonderful music. They're talented, beautiful ladies, and this show is showing their process of getting this tour, the ladies, the Queens of R&B, SWV and Xscape tour together. So tonight's episode, we see, the sisters, Latasha and Tamika are still, not speaking, not on good terms. We see Tamika go have a conversation with her mom, and the mother is, there's clearly some favoritism, excuse me. Tamika tells her mother, listen, you're all in our business, but you are not the fifth member of Xscape. And I get what she meant by that. She wasn't trying to be disrespectful. She was basically saying, Xscape business is not really your business, Mom. Like, it's not. The mother went off. I am the fifth member. No, Mom, you're not. I am the fifth member. I said, oh my goodness. You just gave us a taste of what she's talking about, because what she did the whole time was telling Tamika about, what about your sister's feelings and this, that. It was so very one-sided, and it was really sad to see, and especially when she started yelling that she is the fifth member, when she had to take it. No, you're the mother. When I'm the fifth member, when your daddy left and I got divorced. She has nothing to do with that. And is it because she reminds you of your ex-husband? Is that what it is? Is that where the resentment comes into place? But I did like how Tamika stood up for herself. Tamika said, listen, this is what Tamika said. She said, listen, we not doing this. She said, I've been putting up with you all this time, you and her. And she said, if it's going to continue that way with this favoritism of me feeling less than or whatever, she said, then I'm going to be out. I ain't going to be dealing with you. And I was glad that she stood up for herself, because I know that probably was hurtful. It's hurtful to confront your mother like that. That's the woman who raised you, brought you into this world. Especially in the way the mother's raging about, because I'm the fifth member when I put that microphone in your hand, all of that madness. So I did understand that, and I did get what she was saying. So the mother did say, listen, you're my baby girl, and if you felt that way, I do apologize. I love you both. She's saying, if you, that's how you feel, that I have more love for her than you. That's not true. So I like how that kind of concluded, but I'm still saying, I don't know. Mom is still on Latasha's side. We also seen Latasha in the studio working on this album. And like I think I said in my last review, this is not looking good for her as far as album-wise. This album that's coming out, I believe it's coming out next month, this gospel album, and you got all this like shady business going on. I don't know how many people want to hear this gospel album. You're not established as a gospel artist. You're more known for being in the group. You haven't really established yourself outside of this group. So you should be trying to build the audience and make it look better. But this show, I don't know. What do y'all think? I think this reality show is hurting Latasha, because it's showing her as a little, kind of shady here. Because it's not a good look at all. It's definitely not a good look. We also saw in this episode Coco and her son Jalen. He doesn't want to continue with school. She says, listen, you're doing great in school. She wants him to be a dentist. He says that's not what his passion is. But I understood both sides. He's following his passion. I get that. Listen, I'm a singer, but I hold down a 9-to-5 too. I understand having that passion and wanting to get it out. But I understood Coco's point of view as well, because Coco is coming from the point of view of, listen, I've been in the game. I know the business. The business can, chew you up, spit you out. They'll praise you one day and throw you away the next. So she knows. So I think she just doesn't want him to go through the same things that she might have been through, the ups and downs. She wants, and like with any parent, you want your child to do better than you, and you want to protect them from things. And she knows that the industry the entertainment business can be quite rough, quite tough. So she wants to protect her son, and I understand that. And he was crying But they put his grandmother on the phone, and the grandmother said, okay. He said, well, let's come to a compromise. I take a year off from school, and then I'll go back. I'll take a year off, see how this music thing does, and if it doesn't, then I'll go back to school. And grandma said, oh, that seems like to be a good deal. Coco was like, wait a minute, Ma, you wasn't like that with me. You wanted me to be in school. And her mother was like, well, didn't you end up singing anyway? But if I'm not mistaken, I believe he has graduated since this show has I think he's back in school or graduated, something like that. But anyway, it was good to see that. And then we seen Lily with her children, and she was speaking with her son, who's an aspiring rapper, but she told him she wants him to put in the work. She does support him. But she also mentioned, which we heard before in another show that they had, where, and she mentions in the last reality show where she was homeless at one point, and she had to drive around in her car till like 5 a.m. in the morning and park her car in the Yankee Stadium parking lot to sleep. And that's sad to hear, because, this was a group, especially in the 90s, they had hit after hit after hit after hit. They were everywhere. And then just to find this out, to know that happened, and then have to humble yourself, get a regular job. Can you imagine you're a top selling group, and you're doing a regular 9 to 5, and your song comes on the radio, and you sitting in a cubicle. Nothing wrong with cubicle work, because I do cubicle work. I'm just saying. But can you imagine the things that they go through? So the show was entertaining, very entertaining. Then we get down to the meeting. They're having a meeting, SWV. Oh, wait, I'm skipping something. Latasha did not tell the group. She didn't tell her group members of Xscape that she has a solo deal. So she had a conversation with Lily from SWV. I mean, not Lily. She had a conversation with Taj from SWV, stating that she had this solo career. Of course, Taj was like, what's going on with you and your sister? When y'all going to amend things? And when y'all going to mend things? Not amend, sorry, y'all. When y'all going to mend things and fix things? And she told her, Taj could tell, she's kind of like on the fence with stuff. And it's not really the reason that y'all are beefing. You're being vague. This seems petty or whatever. But of course, Taj goes ahead and tells Xscape, tells Candy, and Candy tells the rest of the members of Xscape. And they're like, listen, you could do your side thing and still be in the group, but Tasha wants to be solo. She wants to be free. That's what she said. Now we get down to the meeting between SWV and Xscape to get this joint tour or this joint show together. And Candy drops a bombshell. She's like, okay, on our tours, we're used to headlining, and we've established ourselves as the headliners. And so they're like, but wait a minute. SWV was like, well, wait a minute. This is a joint show. This is not your tour. And she was like, yeah, you've established yourself as the headliner. But for this right here, this should be joint. But the arguments are Candy and Tiny have a bigger following because of their reality show work. And so they feel like they're a bigger draw. But SWV feels like, hey, we got more hits. We sold more records than you. Why are we opening for you? Now, Candy did go on her own YouTube channel and mention that SWV has opened for them in the past, but that was on your tour, Xscape. That was on the Xscape tour. So we talking about this is a collaborative thing. I don't know why for one night y'all can't just do this joint celebratory thing. Like Lily said, this is supposed to be celebratory. This is not supposed to be who's opening and who's headlining and who's closing. This is supposed to be a joint thing. So I don't understand. Like the show is SWV and Xscape. It's a joint show. So why can't this one show, I don't understand. Why can't this just be just this one show, just one night of celebration? Because neither one of these groups have current hits. They're all living off older hits, the song. But you can't discredit one group over the other, because you can't listen. SWV tours the world to this day still. Yes, Xscape, you have a strong fan base on the reality market, the two of them, Tiny and Candy. But for me, I don't go see artists based on their reality show presence. I do get their point, but I don't see that. And I understand the thing about we've established ourselves at a certain rate, so we want to continue that on no matter what tour we do. That's the business side talking. So it is a business thing too, but I see SWV's point of view too. Like, come on, this whole ego thing, what is this? We supposed to be celebrating. Y'all make enough money where you can, I say, do this joint thing and then go your separate ways and do your tour or whatever. Now, somebody had brought up in the comment section or somewhere I was reading, they said they should do a joint album. If they can't get this together, how you think this joint album going to be? That would be a good joint album, though. But we'll have to see what happens. I think the show's pretty entertaining. Like I said, it's pretty entertaining. I like both groups. SWV to me has a lot more songs that I like because SWV has quite a few songs. But I think both groups are great. We got to see how this is going to play out, y'all, because that's a lot. You know, you got two groups that have their own issues coming together. Let's see how this is going to play out. Will they both co-headline this or not? That's all I got for now. Tell me your thoughts down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you when in the next video.